Besides cleanup crews trying to get the graffiti off of buildings, things are very quiet in Los Angeles this morning. But just a couple of hours ago, this was the scene of some very tense clashes between police and demonstrators who were throwing projectiles at law enforcement, including what appeared to be at one point fireworks. Police were able to push the crowd down this street here about a half a mile using flashbangs and tear gas and rubber bullets, and eventually whittled it down into this very small group of demonstrators, many of whom were later arrested. But this area right here has really become the concentration point for these demonstrations. This is a federal immigration building, and right behind it is a detention center where some of the migrants who were rounded up in those raids last Friday have been held. There are National Guards troops that are now protecting this federal building, and President Trump says that he is doubling their number to 4,000. He has also activated 700 active duty Marines who are now in this city. And the president said on Tuesday that if he did not deploy the military, that Los Angeles, in his words, would be burning to the ground. That is something that officials across the state strongly refute. They say they didn't ask for these troops to be sent here, that the small, concentrated nature of these demonstrations does not warrant their deployment. And also, instead of quelling these demonstrations, there's a lot of fear that a military presence could actually incite more violence. And California has now sued the Trump administration over the deployment of these troops without its consent. But California, Los Angeles, this has really been at the fore of the president's anti-immigration crackdown. Los Angeles is the second largest city in the United States. It has a very large immigrant population. More than a third of the people who live here were not born in the United States. So they have been very vulnerable to this clampdown on illegal immigration, which has included a shutting down of the border, an ending of the asylum system, the crackdown on international students, a travel ban, and of course these raids that we have seen across the United States over the last couple of months. But these protests that we have been seeing here in Los Angeles are now spreading across the United States. We have seen demonstrations now in Dallas, New York City, Atlanta, and other cities, as people are very much pushing back against this anti-immigration agenda, and also realizing that what is happening here in Los Angeles with this military presence could also be coming to their very own cities. Tony Waterman for AnewZ in Los Angeles.